When working with pHs, you have to use the logarithm function, and you may or may not remember what a logarithm is from your math classes. But let's talk about what a logarithm is. A logarithm is a way of solving an exponential function that has a base 10, that has 10 as its base. For instance, if we have 10 and we have 10 to some power x, and we know that 10 to the x power is equal to, let's say, 100. Your math skills should be good enough that you know that in this problem x is 2, because 10 squared is equal to 100, so x equals to 2. But what math function would allow you to solve for that? If you think about multiplication, division, square root, you think about all the different functions that you encounter in your everyday life, none of those are going to allow you to solve for x. The thing that allows you to solve for x, what power 10 is taken to get our answer, is a logarithm. And here's how logarithm works. Logarithms that we use in chemistry anyway are base 10. In other words, there's a little 10 down here, meaning that we're talking about 10 as a base taken to some power. And the answer we're trying to get is 100. So when we write this, log base 10 of 100 equals x, where x is the exponent that 10 is taken to get 100. This is what we're solving for when you're solving a logarithm. Now, because base 10 is so common, we don't normally write the 10 there, so we just say log of 100 equals x, and this is understood to be log base 10, where 10 is taken to some exponent. So when we do this, the log of 100, if you did this on your calculator, you would hit the log button, type in 100, and your calculator will spit out an answer of 2. So again, this is an easy problem because you can do it in your head, knowing that 10 squared is equal to 100. But sometimes it's not that easy. What if it's not equal to 100? What if it's a more complicated problem? Let's take a look at a little more complicated problem. What if we wanted to know what power is 10 taken to in order to get 128? Now this is a little tougher. I can estimate because I know 10 squared is equal to 100, and I know that 10 to the third power is equal to 1,000, so I know that we're going to have to be between 2 and 3. X is going to have to be between 2 and 3 to get to 128. I also know 128 is closer to 100 than 1,000, so it's going to be an answer closer to 2 than it is to 3. But now we need to solve this problem. So we're going to take the log of 128, and this will equal our x value. So when I take the log of 128 and do that on the calculator, I get an answer of 2.107. And so that's our answer, 2.107. And notice that I have 3 significant digits here, and with logarithms, however many significant digits are in your logarithm, that's how many decimal places you go to. So 2.107 is how many decimal places I go with the number of significant digits in my answer. So 3 significant digits, so 3 decimal points. And that's what logarithms are all about. They're about taking, figuring out an exponent for a base of 10 to get some answer. Let's do one more and then I'll be done. Let's say that we have 10 to the x power and we want to solve for 892. So again, we're going to take the logarithm of 892, and that will equal x. So when I take the logarithm of 892 and do that on my calculator, I get x as a value of 2.95. So that's how logarithms are solved. Now what if you need to go the other way around? What if you have a logarithm and you have something that looks like this? Log of x equals 3.4. Now what do? Well, let's take a look at this real quick. The opposite of logarithm is 10 to the power. In other words, it's called antilog, and it means 10 to the power. That's the opposite of log. So if I do the opposite of log to both of these sides, 10 to the power of log x and 10 to the power of 3.4, the 10 to the log will cancel, and I'm only going to be left with x over here. On the right-hand side, I have 10 to the 3.4 power. And remember, when we talked about what logarithm means, logarithm means 10 to some power to get an answer. So in this particular case, I have the exponent, 3.4. I just need to raise 10 to that power to get my answer. So 10 to the 3. Oh, I'm not even on the screen and I'm talking. I just need to raise 10 to the 3.4 power to get my x value here. So when I do x equals 10 to the 3.4 power, I will get my answer. And when you do that, you get 2,511.89, and we have one decimal place here, so we should round to one significant figure here, which is 3,000. So that's our answer. So that's it. That's logarithms. If you need some more help with logarithms, I'd be happy to help you in class or during access after school Mondays or Tuesdays. So good luck with your homework.